The NBA is home to some of the most greatest sports stories ever told. We have tales of victory, resilience, and unimaginable talent. But sometimes the narrative takes a darker turn, revealing the human struggles behind the fame and fortune. This is the story of a man who once stood shoulder to shoulder with the legends of the game, playing alongside the likes of LeBron James, only to find himself battling demons that would ultimately push him to the brink of homelessness. Delonte West. Delonte West wasn't just another player. He was a star with a promising career, an undeniable talent, and the kind of work ethic that NBA dreams are built on. But despite making over $60 million in his career, West's life spiraled into a series of heartbreaking events that left him in a position no one could have predicted. From playing in packed arenas under the spotlight to being seen panhandling on the streets, his story is one of the most shocking and tragic in NBA history. But how did it come to this? What led a man who had literally everything from fame to fortune and a place in basketball history to lose it all? This is the story of the incredible rise and devastating fall of Delonte West. Delonte West's story begins in Greenbelt, Maryland, a small community just outside of Washington, D.C. Growing up, life wasn't easy for West. He was raised in a working-class family that struggled to make ends meet, and his childhood was marked by financial hardship and emotional instability. However, despite the challenges, West found solace in basketball. It became more than just a game to him. It was an escape, a way to rise above the struggles of his daily life, a way to live his own fantasies. In middle school, West's talent on the court began to shine. By high school, he had transformed into a standout player, leading Eleanor Roosevelt High School to its first ever state tournament appearance. His remarkable skills didn't go unnoticed, and he earned the title of Washington Post's All-Met Basketball Player of the Year, averaging over 20 points per game. West's name quickly became synonymous with excellence in the local basketball scene. But basketball wasn't only the force shaping West's teenage years. Behind the scene, he was struggling with challenges only a few knew about. He struggled with mental health issues and began experimenting with substances at a young age. These struggles would follow him throughout his life, but at the time, basketball provided him with a sense of purpose and direction. Thankfully, West's talent earned him a scholarship to St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia, where he teamed up with the future NBA All-Star Jameer Nelson. Together, they formed one of the most dynamic backcourts in college basketball history. In the 2003 to 2004 season, the St. Joseph Hawks were undefeated in the regular season, a feat that put them on the national radar. West averaged an impressive 19 points and 7 assists per game, solidifying his reputation as the top prospect. After declaring for the NBA draft in 2004, West was selected 24th overall by the Boston Celtics. This was a dream come true for Delonte West and his family. Or maybe not. See, Delonte West's NBA career was undoubtedly full of potential, but it wasn't long before cracks began to show. While his talent was undeniable, West's struggles with mental health started to take a toll. Diagnosed with bipolar disorder early in his career, he faced the difficult task of managing his condition while performing at the highest level of professional basketball. The emotional highs and lows he experienced off the court began to mirror his performance on it. In 2009, a routine traffic stop revealed just how much West was struggling. Police discovered multiple firearms in his possession, leading to an arrest that shocked fans and raised questions about his mental health. While some defended his actions, citing the pressures and dangers athletes often face, the incident marked the beginning of a series of legal troubles and public controversies. However, West's struggles extended beyond the legal system. Reports of conflicts with teammates and coaching staff started to make it to the news, painting a picture of a man fighting battles few could see and taking his aggression out on his teammates. His bipolar disorder, compounded by a history of substance abuse, made it increasingly difficult for him to maintain stability. Despite earning millions in his career, financial mismanagement and personal challenges left him vulnerable to a downward spiral. As his performance on the court began to decline, so did his reputation. Teams grew hesitant to sign him, fearing the baggage he carried off the court. By the time he left the Dallas Mavericks in 2012, West was a far cry from the promising player he once was. The downward spiral of Delonte West's life became painfully public after his NBA career came to an end. Struggling to find stability, he bounced between various leagues and teams, including stints in the G League and in China, but he could never reclaim the rhythm he once had in the NBA. Each failed attempt to resurrect his career only seemed to deepen his struggles. Then, one day, Delonte suffered a disastrous injury, and since then, somehow, someway, Delonte West went completely off the radar, and no one, not even the most popular news outlet, talked about him. However, in 2016, heartbreaking images of West surfaced online. Barefoot and wearing a hospital gown, he was spotted wandering the streets of Maryland. Not long after, another video showed him panhandling, which sent shockwaves through the NBA community and his fans. His public appearances became increasingly erratic, with viral videos often showing him in vulnerable states, further illustrating the depth of his decline. Perhaps one of the most alarming incidents came in 2020, when West was seen on the streets of Dallas, literally begging for arms on the street. Former teammates, fans, and even Mavericks owner Mark Cuban stepped in to offer assistance. Even LeBron James offered to spend whatever amount of money to get Delonte back on his feet. Cuban personally took West to a rehab facility, and for a brief period, it seemed like there was hope for a turnaround. During his time in rehab, West made progress that inspired many. Reports surfaced that he was working at the same facility where he had received treatment, showing his willingness to rebuild his life and help others facing similar struggles. Fans and former teammates rallied around him, offering words of encouragement and support as he worked to regain his footing. However, recovery is rarely a straight path. Despite the progress he made, he faced several relapses and even newer challenges. In November 2024, West was arrested yet again in Fairfax County, Virginia, after being accused of trespassing in an area from which he had previously been banned. Video evidence confirmed the complaint, and West was held on a $1,000 bond before being released. So, the big question is, what will it take for Delonte West to finally break free from his demons? Or will his story continue to serve a cautionary tale of how fame and fortune can be fleeting without the right support systems? Well, I guess we just might never know yet.